Welcome back. Coterminal angles. What are coterminal angles to begin with? Coterminal angles are angles that land at the same spot on the xy plane. They're angles. They're not the same angles. They're different angles. They're distinct angles, but they're angles that land at the same spot on the xy plane or on the unit circle. So find a positive and a negative coterminal angle of 35 degrees. Is 35 degrees on my unit circle? No, I don't see it, but I know it's a little bit more than 30 degrees and less than 45 degrees. It's between 30 and 45 degrees. It's in the first quadrant. So my angle looks something like that. That's 30 to 35 degrees, right? So I want to find an angle that's a positive one, that's coterminal to this. As soon as I see the word coterminal angles, I'm thinking about 360 degrees. I'm thinking about 360 degrees or 2 pi radians. I'm either thinking about 360 degrees or 2 pi radians, or both of them. As soon as I see coterminal, I think of this 3-digit number, 360, or 2 pi. All right. So I already know what number I already know the number I'm dealing with. I just have to decide if I'm going to add or subtract to find coterminal angles. So I'm at 35 degrees, right? I want to land at the same spot, but I want a different angle. I want it to not be 35 degrees. Okay. Well, what do I have to do? If I'm going down a ski slope or I'm skateboarding, right? Or whatever other thing. And I want to do I want to do a flip or just a turnaround. Okay, some basic trick, right? I want to do a 360, right? That's what we say. I want to start and end at the same spot. So if I want to start at here at 35 degrees, but I want to end there, I have to add 360 degrees. 35 degrees plus 360 degrees. Okay. Now, if you're tired or just not good with mental math, that's okay. Just do it. Oops, 30. Don't do that. 35 plus 360 is 395 degrees. So we just found one coterminal angle. Okay. What is that angle? It's this angle. It goes like this. Right? That's 395 degrees. It's a different angle. It's different than 35 degrees. It's a much bigger angle than 395 degrees, but it's essentially the same. Okay, it lands at the same spot. It'll give you the same finishing position. And a negative one. I want to find a negative angle. Let's find a negative angle. Well, let's go the opposite direction. If I said give me a negative number, you're going to say I'm probably going to need to subtract, right? So let's do 35 degrees minus 360. 35 minus 360 is negative 325. What does negative 325 look like? It looks like this, right? And it lands at the same spot. They all land at the same spot, but they're different angles. And they move different directions. Okay, next. 11 pi over 10. 11 pi over 10 radians. Do I see 11 pi over 10 here? Oh, darn. I do not see 11 pi over 10 anywhere. Okay. Now, like I said before, there's a couple ways to think about this. There's a couple of thought processes to this. We don't know how you're going to think about this during the test. So maybe the easiest thing, the simplest thing for you to do would be to convert it to degrees, maybe. And I apologize to other teachers if you don't want to do it this way, or have your students do it this way. Listen to your teacher. Always listen to your teacher. Follow your teacher's directions. So I'm going to just convert it to degrees. So I'm going to convert it to degrees. 11 pi. And I'm making this video for all Math 3 classes. That's why I'm saying that. I'm not just making this for my class. So 180 over pi. Pi's go away. I have 11 times 180 over 10. Okay. 11 times 180 over 10 is 198 degrees. 198 degrees. Okay, I know exactly where that is. It's more than 180 and it's less than 270. So it's about right there. Okay, 198 degrees. I want a positive and a negative coterminal angle. All right, let's get a positive one. Well, like we did up here in the first problem, I added 360. As soon as you see the word coterminal, that's where your mind goes. 360 degrees, or 2 pi radians. So I'm going to add 198. I'm going to add 360 to 198. And I get 198 plus 360 is 558 degrees. You're like, yay, I did it, I'm all done. No, you are not. Your problem is in radians. I need this to be in radians. So 558 times pi over 180. I'm converting to radians now. I'm going to go to my calculator. I'm not going to put pi in my calculator. 558 divided by 180. Enter. Math. Enter, enter. 31 over 10. So my final answer is 31 pi over 10 radians. So 31 pi over 10 radians and the angle 11 pi over 10 radians are coterminal. They land at the same spot on the unit circle, but they're different angles. Now I need a negative one. Like up here, like in the first problem, I subtracted. I will do the same thing. Okay, I will take 198 and I will subtract 360. So 198 minus 360 is negative 162. Awesome. Negative 162 degrees. Right? All done. No, I need my answer in radians. So pi over 180. 162 over 80. 162 over 80. 180, excuse me. Enter. Math. Enter, enter. 9 over 10. Of course, that's not fully right. So there's a negative sign, so I put the negative. And it's 9 over 10. Good. And there's pi. I can't get the pi. What did we just find? We found 3 coterminal angles. 11 pi over 10 radians, the initial angle in our problem. 31 pi over 10 radians, and negative 9 pi over 10 radians. These angles are all they're called coterminal angles. All right. I'm going to do it briefly in radians just so you can see how that works. Okay. So once again, I'm going to take this problem up here. 11 pi over 10 radians. And I say find a positive coterminal angle and a negative coterminal angle. All right? Well, as soon as you see the word or think about the word coterminal, you think 360 or 2 pi. You just got to figure out if you're adding or subtracting. So like I did here, I added and subtracted 360. Here I added 360. And here I subtracted 360. I can do the same thing, but in radians. Okay. Well, what is 360? It's 2 pi radians. Okay, so I just got to do the same thing. 11 pi over 10, and I'm going to add 2 pi. I'm going to add 3, aka 360 degrees, just like I did. It's the same version of the same problem, just in different units. Well, how do I add two things if they don't have the same denominator? Right now, the denominator is 1 of 2 pi. But I need them to have the same denominator. So how do I get 1 to be 10? I multiply it by 10. If I do that up here, I got to do that down in the denominator. I got to do it in the numerator. So my new problem is 11 pi over 10. Same problem, different numbers. Plus 20 pi over 10, which gives me 31 pi over 10. Which is the same thing we got down here. Now if I say, give me a negative coterminal angle, okay, I start with the angle that I'm given, but I need a negative one. Well, if I need a negative one, I got to go into the negative, I got to do subtracting. Adding is not going to give me a negative number, so I got to subtract 360. But in terms of radians, it's 2 pi, right? Same thing, same problem, same math as here, just different units. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 2 pi. My denominator is 1 right now, but I need it to be 10, so I multiply by 10, yada, yada, yada. I get 11 pi over 10 minus 20 pi over 10. And I get 11 minus 20 is negative 9 pi over 10 radians, which is what we got when we did it in degrees. Okay. And last one, finding a positive and negative coterminal angle. Negative 800. Well, I know 2 rotations is 720. It's 720 degrees. Oops, my bad. Already made a mistake. It went too fast. This is a negative angle, guys. So which way does the negative angle go? The counter clockwise, so down. So down, that's 360. That's 720. And I got to go a little bit more to get to 800. Well, what's the difference, like the number, the numerical difference between 800 and 720? 80 degrees. So I got to go 80 degrees more, which is, or negative 80 degrees more, right? Which is right there. So that angle that I just drew represents negative 800 degrees. Now I need coterminal angles. So what did I do previously in the previous 2 problems here? I added or subtracted 360 or 2 pi. And that's what the number that you think of that goes immediately into your head when you read coterminal, 360 or 2 pi. So negative 800 plus 360, negative 800 plus negative 800 plus 360 is negative 440. Oh crap, that's not a positive angle. That's not a positive angle. I got to get a positive angle. You know, it is a negative angle though. So why don't I just use that for the negative angle? It's a negative angle, and it is coterminal to negative 800 degrees. They land at the same spot. They're different angles, but they land at the same spot. Now to continue finding my positive angle, negative 800 plus 360, got to add 360 again. I get negative 80. Not positive. That's not positive. I got to do it again. 280 degrees plus 360, and it gave me, how many times did I add? 360 3 times, which gives me 280 degrees. What did we just find? We found 3 coterminal angles. Negative 800, negative 440. I'm going to draw this one in blue. I'm going to draw this one in green. So blue. Negative 440. That's this angle. That's this angle. Okay, that's negative 440. And 280 is this angle. Right there. That's 280 degrees. And then the one drawn in black is negative 800 degrees. They're coterminal angles, but they're different sizes, and they go in different directions, but they all land at the same spot. Now using the unit circle. Last video. Well, let's use the unit circle. Let's look at the unit circle. Okay. The sine, cosine and sine, cosine and sine. This is the x and the y. And tangent is sine over cosine. Okay. This is important. Okay, let's identify the sine of 5 pi over 3. So if I say, what's the sine of 5 pi over 3? You're going to find 5 pi over 3, and you're going to tell me the y value. The end. Negative square root of 3 over 2. The cosine of 240 degrees. Where's 240? I found 240. Now I need to find the cosine of 240 degrees. You're going to tell me negative 1/2, because that's the x coordinate, the x value associated with that. Negative 1/2. We're going to skip tangent for a moment. Let's go to 225 degrees. Where's 225? There it is. What's the x and the y coordinate? Well, I identified them as negative square root of 2 over 2 and negative square root of 2 over 2. This, by the way, this is the cosine and the sine, the x and the y value. 7 pi over 6, the x and the y value. Negative square root of 3 over 2. And the y value is negative 1/2. 120 degrees. Where's 120 degrees? Up there, 2 pi over 3 radians. 120 degrees. We have negative 1/2 and square root of 3 over 2. The cosine of 8 pi over 3. Where is 8 pi over 3? Where is 8 pi over 3? Oh man, 8 pi over 3 is not here. Where is 8 pi over 3? Okay. To find 8 pi over 3, I would say the simplest thing to do is to convert it to degrees. You can also think about it in terms of radians, but I'm gonna do the conversion here. I feel like most of you are gonna do that, so I'm gonna convert it to degrees over pi. Pi is gone. I have 8 times 180 over 3. So 8 times 180 over 3 is 480 degrees. Oh, I know where that is. That's 360, and then I gotta go some more to get to 480. What's 480 minus 360? 120 degrees. So I go to 360, and then I gotta go 120 degrees more to get to 480. Okay, that's where 8 pi over 3 is. Well, which one is over 3 in the second? Yeah, in the second quadrant. Which one is pi over 3, right? Oh, this one. 2 pi over 3. So that's where I'm looking. What is the cosine of 8 pi over 3? Well, I found it. The cosine is the x coordinate, negative 1/2. And let's do the sine of negative 315. Okay, the sine of negative 315. Where's 315? Well, 315 is right here, right? 315 is right here. It's negative 315. So that is not where we're looking. We're looking for the angle negative 315 degrees. It's just a mirror. The x-axis is just a mirror. So we're looking at 45 degrees. This is negative 315 degrees up here. That's where we're looking. The problem is, give me the sine. Give me the sine of negative 315 degrees. You're going to look at the y value, which is the same as the x value in this instance. Square root of 2 over 2. Almost done here. Stay with me. If you're still with me, amazing. If you're not, that's okay. You don't know what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter. But if you're with me, you're awesome. The tangents. Let's do the tangent of pi over 4 and the tangent of 180 degrees. Tangent of pi over 4. Let's go to pi over 4. Where's pi over 4? Here's pi over 4. 45 degrees, right? 45 degrees. We're looking at 45 degrees. What is the tangent of pi over 4? Well, like I said, tangent is the sine divided by the cosine. Well, what's the sine? The sine is the y value. Cosine is the x value. The y value is square root of 2 over 2. What's the cosine value? Square root of 2 over 2. Oh my gosh, this is so complicated. Wait a sec. What is something, a number, divided by itself? That is always 1. We did it. Yay. So the tangent of pi over 4 is 1. What's the tangent of 180? Where's 180? Where are we looking? Right here. What's the tangent of 180? aka the tangent of pi. Well, we know that the tangent is the sine value divided by the cosine value. The sine value is the y value, the cosine value is the x value. In this case, 180 degrees, pi radians, the sine is the y value, 0, and the cosine value is -1, the x value. What is 0 divided by -1? It is not undefined, it is 0. If we had -1 divided by 0, that would be undefined, aka does not exist. But we're not dealing with that, okay? We're dealing with this. 0 divided by -1 is 0. So the tangent of, we say the tangent of pi radians, or the tangent of 180 degrees, is 0. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching.